In the land of kings and queens, under the glory of the generous sun, bathed in the brightest colors, Jaipur shimmers this time with a golden glow, reminding us that it at once dwelled not only in the hearts of the Rajas who carved out its exteriors, but also the Ranis who adorned its precious offerings and treasured them in their royal coffers. Welcome to the Jaipur Jewellery Show, where the magic of the jewels never ends. Join me on this journey of the dazzling splendor of 1,000 golden suns. A deep-thinking and ever-evolving brand like Bhirdi Chand Ghansham Das Jewellers are constantly trying to explore what women want. Their famed collections, Hunar, Adrishya, Aranya, Aks, Amer, in the past have brought uber-luxe beauty into the jewellery of Jaipur.
Designs at Bhirdi Chand Ghansham Das Jewellers are glorious pieces of inspired jewellery. Inspiration that is drawn from elements, nature's bounty, from time that is at once past, present and future. And pinnacles of human endeavour, inlaid in the most precious of metals and gems.
Revisiting the substance of 6 iconic women from the history of India, Ada is the latest offering of Bhirdi Chand Ghansham Das Jewellers to the world of jewellery.
I was just sitting one day and going through the books, and I realized that there have been, in history, there are women which are powerful, which have ruled the country, given a statement, style statement, and this style statement is still being followed.
Whether it was the favourite neck piece of Amrita Rao or the iconic choker and borla of Jodhabai, the characteristic headdress of the androgynously styled Razia Sultan, the glamour of Sita Devi, the exotic brilliance of Princess Nilofer, and the subtle elegance of Maharani Gayatri Devi, Ada recalls the charm of these bejewelled women from India's past.
The design and collections of the Bhirdi Chand Ghansham Das Jewellers are resplendent with not only beauty and inspiration, but are also high on excellence. Okay, these gorgeous earrings that I'm wearing right now, of course, are from your brand, and I have never seen a design like this. What collection are these from?
These are from our Ada collection, and in fact, in Ada, this is inspired by Rao Jan. So, Rao Jan used to wear all those chandelier earrings with chand balas, which he used to call, and exactly what we have done is we have taken the inspiration from that. Only twist what we have given it to it is the color. So the color combination which we have given it to the hoop is a purplish blue, which is tanzanite.
Tanzanite.
Tanzanite. It's a very modern Rao Jan which we have tried to create.
Okay, how did you think of that?
So I was one day sitting and I was thinking that if I would have lived in that era of Rao Jan, how would I have styled her up? That's the way I got this collection. Okay, I would have styled her in my kind of jewelry.
So this is how Rao Jan would have looked if you styled her. Okay, so modern Rao Jan ka aapko salam. I have a lot of questions in store, but being a lady, of course, I'm most excited to know about the Ada collection.
Basically, it's again a tribute to the beautiful women of India.
Yes.
So we started like I was just sitting one day and going through the books, and I realized that there have been, in history, there are women which are powerful, which have ruled the country, given a statement, style statement, and this style statement is still being followed.
Correct.
Then we started writing down the names in the history. The first name which came our mind was Razia Sultan. Very masculine, famous, and had a very particular style of dressing, which is still known as the Razia style of jewelry. She used to wear a lot of chokers, masculine brooches. Now Jodhabai, one of the very famous queens from Rajasthan itself, to the Mughal king,
More feminine.
more feminine with bridal kind of collection. This is one of our Jodha collection. So now in this, what you will say is this is a typical Rajasthani art.
Right.
Art is like, we call it art and ban basically. So somebody should wear it, their head should never go down, it should always be up in
be
the
like held high.
head high. So normally people do enamel, but to make it more interesting and intricate,
Yes.
what we have done is we have given rubies instead of enamel. So it's all inlay of rubies in the metal, which is one of the
Oh my
very
God.
unusual arts, never been tried before and never done.
I have never seen this before for sure. So this is an inlay of cut rubies.
Cut rubies, which each and every ruby is cut to the shape and size of that place,
Okay.
and then placed and then studded.
Wow.
In this, we have used an age-old technique of cutting it, which was through hand. Now nobody uses it because of the machines and everything, but we have specifically used that hand cutting process to give that different antique look to the rubies.
So all the rubies are hand cut.
Each and every piece of ruby is hand cut.
So that's the Jodha set, and I've never seen something like this before. It is so beautiful. Oh my God, look at that.
Then we thought of Rao Jan, a courtesan, so popular with her style that after just being a courtesan, she's still being remembered today in the history for her feminism and style. The movies have been made over her. Then our beloved Maharani Gayatri Devi.
Yes, of course.
Elegance, there's no other word to speak about the elegance which she holds. She used to wear very simple jewelry, yet very style statement. Then we came down, we went to south and we explored Nilofer. Princess Nilofer, the last Princess Nilofer, the last Ottoman queen.
Okay.
And she was the one who was very philanthropist also. She used to wear jewelry which was very subtle, very regal, and had a fusion of Turkish and Indian styles to it.
Tell me something. Other collection obviously speaks about all these gorgeous women of substance. I'd like to know more about your other collections like Adrishya.
So Adrishya was the first time ever in the history of Indian jewelry a tried fusion with Jarao jewelry. So in that what we did is we used a technique called invisible setting of color stones, in which you don't see the metal at all.
Okay.
All the color stones are intricately touched together to make interlocking with themselves. And then we fused it with our traditional Jarao work. That was the Adrishya collection which we did almost 5 years back. Each and every stone is interlinked. So what we do is, like for example, if there is a ruby, we'll groove it over here, we'll fix another ruby over here.
Okay.
So there is no gluing, everything is interlinked.
So this is the Adrishya
This is
collection.
Adrishya what we are talking
And that's why you call it Adrishya.
Yeah, that's why
because-
we call it Adrishya, because you can't see the metal which is holding it up.
So you live in such a beautiful city. What are the other elements of this city or this world that inspire you to?
So one of my favorite collections was Amer, which is, I live in Jaipur and I was in, so that collection was inspired by the architecture of Rajasthan. So
Oh,
from the
wonderful.
pillars, from the domes,
Okay.
from doors, everything what we see as an architecture of Rajasthan, we got inspired from it and we designed that collection. We went to almost 170 Havelis around the
City and state.
around the state to study the walls, frescoes. There's a lot of beautiful carvings on wall done, and that is one of my favorite collections too.
What do you think has changed in the taste and the demands of the modern women over the years?
To be overall, the jewelry which women prefers now, it has to be more comfortable. It can be heavy as much as possible, but she should not feel it's like it's hurting her or it's not comfortable to wear. That's one thing we genuinely take care of designing and making our jewelry.
You're so creative when it comes to women's jewelry. What are your visions for men who must be also?
Trust me, I would love if men can wear and dress like Maharajas used to do. I'll be so happy as a jeweler, as a designer, like smart brooches, like the one which I am wearing.
You're wearing a
Yeah, I'm wearing a
lovely
brooch
brooch.
and a smart button. So these are the kind, I wouldn't like some men wearing too much over the board and dress up to her. But yeah, a smart style with a bracelet, a nice watch, or brooch, or a button in their hands will always make men look nice.
It was really lovely talking to you, Yash, and thank you so much for joining us on the Jaipur Jewellery Show.
It was indeed my pleasure.
Beautiful thoughts give birth to beautiful creations. And here's to many more shining daughters coming from the house of Bhirdi Chand Ghansham Das Jewellers.
Join us when we come back to know more about the business essentials of the Bhirdi Chand house.
The loyalty doesn't come in a day. We are in the market since last 4 generations. People know us very well. The time has tested us.
Meeting Yash Agarwal made me realize how fashion can drive one to create beauty that can make age-old heritage come alive even today. And joining me now on the show is Mr. Naval Agarwal, whose dedication towards making the brand name Bhirdi Chand is truly inspirational. Thank you for joining us on the Jaipur Jewellery Show, Navalji.
Thank you.
You started with a humble setup inside the walls of the Jaipur city. And today, Bhirdi Chand Ghansham Das is a global brand. How difficult or easy was this journey for you?
The brand Bhirdi Chand was started about 125 years back. My great-grandfather started this. I'm in 3rd generation. And at that time, Johari Bazaar was the main market for the jewelry. So you can say it's a humble beginning, because at that time the growth of Jaipur was very limited. My grandfather and my father and my great-grandfather, they used to serve the state hierarchies. But that time also the name Bhirdi Chand was spoken with respect. Now the tree has grown up, so we have come out of the walled city. We are there on the MI Road.
So a lot has changed, of course, since the time you began, right? But what are those techniques of jewelry designing, or let's say even production, that you have chosen not to change and remain untouched until date?
The basic essence of the designing and the jewelry making of my company is that we still prefer handcrafted jewelry. So most of the jewelry is handcrafted. Then we always prefer to make the jewelry which has a heritage look, which has a ethnic look, which is more royal in nature, which we used to serve earlier also to the royal families, royal patronage we were having. The same way we want that our jewelry should continue, it should look like royal. So we do lots of experimentation also, so to make it more modern, to be adornable on modern attires as well.
So there are a whole new breed of jewelry designers that are also very innovative, but they do not have one thing that you have, which is experience. So what are those gems of experience that you would like to share with all of us?
See, Bhirdi Chand is, we can say, we in our setup, we have all types of facilities available. See, starting from gem cutting to the manufacturing of the jewels, to the marketing and presenting it to the end consumer. Everything is done below one roof.
How has Jaipur influenced you as a jewelry entrepreneur?
Jaipur being the most important jewelry hub of India, or you can say world. All good type of heritage jewelry were being made in Jaipur. Jaipur is famous for Kundan Meena jewelry.
Correct.
Kundan Meena jewelry is a craft. It's not a jewelry, it's a craft. Artisans and everybody, even the entrepreneurs, they were being protected and patronized
by the royalty.
So that's the reason Jaipur has a good setup of artisans. All good artisans are available over here. We have available raw material over here. So I think Jaipur is the best place in the country for a jewelry entrepreneur.
Bhirdi Chand Ghanshyam Das has a huge set of brand loyal customers in the market. What do you attribute this secret to?
See, the loyalty doesn't come in a day. We are in the market since last 4 generations. People know us very well. The time has tested us. So the loyalty is, I think jewelry buying is a family affair. From generation to generation, people prefer to go to their own jeweler, and we always take utmost care for the quality of our gemstones, whatever we use.
Your son's creativity in fact challenged a lot of artisans to come up with newer designs. I'm excited to know what are the innovations that you brought, all this while along.
See, when I joined this industry 35 years back, the jewelry manufacturing was at a very primitive stage. The artisans were provided with minimum tools. They were just working with kerosene lamps.
Okay.
Even the torches were not provided. There was no concept of designing at that time. So when I joined the industry, we worked to make the artisans to be comfortable working with modern tools and equipments. I have been member of Administrative Council of Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council since last 15 years.
Wonderful.
So that way helping the industry to get more and more innovations.
You continue not only to motivate your artisans, but I'm sure you have motivated a whole lot of our viewers and aspiring jewelry designers today. Thank you for joining us on the Jaipur Jewellery Show once again, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Watch out for a special presentation of some of the award-winning pieces of Bhirdi Chand Ghanshyam Das Jewellers adorned by Bollywood celebrities on the ramp. After the break.
There is beauty in every stance of a woman. At once she can be sensuous, shy, kind, fiery, regal, and childlike, but altogether beautiful.
These modern Chand Bala earrings are a perfect throwback to the times when Rao Jan lived. The chandelier-styled earrings are studded in blue tanzanite stones on traditional jadao and polki designs. Complete the look with a bold ring of the same design. The Royal Rajasthani. Preeti Zinta's look is inspired by Jodhabai. Looking vibrant with that beautiful necklace that grants her the royal edge and perfectly complemented by a borla drop and the royal heart pool from the Ada collection. Draped in the grand European and Mughal style of Queen Nilufar, Dia Mirza sashays down the ramp wearing this exquisite floral pattern set from the Ada collection, which will literally take your breath away. Lara Datta wears a spectacular and extremely elaborate neck piece in the fashion of architectural construction. And why not? The inspiration comes from the architecture of Rajasthan. this very desirable many-tiered chunky piece is sure to become monumental in its fame. Pariniti Chopra takes on the ramp with the world on her shoulders. Inspired by imperial dynasties, civilizations, eccentric traditions, and the evolution of eras, the Ux collection also bids a special homage to emeralds, a mainstay of Bhirti Chand Ghanshyamdas jewellers.
They dream, they dare, they challenge convention. They create poetry with jewellery. And their passion for innovation keep having the women coming back for more.